Okay, I found another version of the video that includes the resolution of where this goes. So let's cover the rest of it. Let's cover the rest of it.
This process appears to be a tedious waste of time. But one has to realize that instead of a game of cat and mouse, this is more like reeling in a fish. Every time he struggles, she gives him a bit more play in the line, slowly pulling him in. Without him fully realizing it, she transitions from the subject of medication to the restaurant, not giving away that they already know where he went for dinner and that his wife believed that there was something wrong. While he is more than willing to go into detail about where and what he ate, and even a long discussion about cars, it's interesting to note that he says nothing about his conversation with his wife.
That's the worst part to me, is when I can't taste anything because I'm so congested.
I know.
Yeah.
That's bad, but
Did your daughter get steak too?
yeah, she got
Yeah.
steak. We all had steak tonight. Usually, Linda, my wife, she'll get something different, you know. She's not big on she's not big on steak or beef and stuff, so she usually get chicken or something, but she got steak tonight.
Awesome. I usually am pretty big into chicken instead of steak, but every once in a while I like to change it up. Chicken can be so bland if you eat it too much. So I completely understand that. I haven't had steak in a while though, like good steak. You can't really find that anywhere around here anymore. So did you drive tonight? Or did your daughter drive? I know she mentioned that she just got her driver's license. Oh yeah. Have you got her a car yet?
Yeah.
No, has she been begging for one yet?
Not really. She wants a truck. I don't know.
Hey, that girl doing something right. She wants a truck. That's better than a car, right? Truck's probably safer.
Cordero brings up the roadblock, which is where Hardin and his family were pulled over so he could be brought into the station. He describes what happened, but will still not admit to knowing why the police would be looking for him.
Well, I don't know.
You don't think so?
Well,
I guess it depends on what kind of truck she gets. So what happened when y'all were on your way home tonight? Y'all just ran into the roadblock? Yeah. I wasn't there when that part happened. What'd they do? When you guys ran into him?
well, the guy stopped us and then he wanted us to go down to Jones Trailer Park Road, and I said, well, I live 2 houses down here on the right. He said, let me ask the boss about that.
Oh.
He went to the radio for a while or something, and then he said, what's your name? I said, Grant Hardin. And he said, can you step out of the car? And then they put me in handcuffs and put me in the back of that one car.
Oh, the canine one you were talking about?
Yeah. And then Brad come got me and put me in another car.
Way more comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
Well, he is.
He's a really good guy. He's a good cop. I've learned a lot from him. Were y'all in your, is it your wife's car? The one that she was driving? Yeah. Is that, huh?
I'm going to ask you, please forgive me.
No, you're fine.
But I'm just going to have to stick back to my
Yeah, no, anytime.
silence.
I'm just
thing.
chit-chatting.
I'm gonna stick back to my silence after I just told you most of what happened today. But you're so cute. I just can't stop talking to you, right?
You're fine. If you feel
I
comfortable.
appreciate you.
Yeah, if you feel comfortable, you don't have to say anything.
But
You're fine.
I just ain't being rude, but I'm
No,
just
you're
going
not
to be
being
quiet.
rude. Yeah, no. Hey, just chit-chatting. I get it. I really do.
Oddly, Hardin asks for forgiveness. The strain may be taking a toll. Taking a life is psychologically harder than most people expect. In fact, it wouldn't be surprising if he was still in a state of shock. the reality of his actions may slowly be seeping in, along with an overwhelming sense of guilt. It hasn't fully overridden his self-preservation, but it is becoming more difficult for him to contain. Once again, he invokes his right to silence, but instead of charging him or letting him go, she backs off from the questions.
Well, I think it's more than that. It's also his upbringing, right? Like, so he clearly feels like he needs to be super polite to women, but not to men, right? I mean, it's not like he was rude to the other investigator. He wasn't rude to him, but he is swooning right now because he has this Southern Belle in front of him.
It's the best way to pass time, really. It's getting late.
Time is it?
It is 2:11.
What?
Yes, it is late. It is late. But you've helped pass the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Seriously. I think I'll probably be half asleep sitting in a chair out there if I...
Well, I was in here.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't asleep. I was just kind of always half asleep, and then you guys have something in here. It sounds like somebody sharpening a pencil.
Oh,
Goes on
really?
everybody. I don't know what it is.
Is it like a humming?
No, it's just like a... I can't remember now.
By the way, the longer she keeps him there, even if she doesn't get a confession, they are doing investigation work with other witness interviews and forensics analysis. So they're looking at, okay, I believe that they said that the police chief was shot. He pulled up next to his car and he shot him. So they're going to be looking for the bullet. They're going to try and match it to a weapon. They're going to try and locate that weapon. They've probably already got their search warrants at this point. And so they're going to line all that up. So if they get enough forensic evidence and witness testimony while they're tying him up during this interview, they'll be able to arrest him at the end of this regardless if he confesses or not.
It'll happen. Okay, it's not gonna happen.
It's probably
Now I can't remember if it sounds like a
Yeah.
manual one or I think it sounds like somebody sticking a pencil in one of those.
Oh, like the electric one?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the wall ones in a long time. Reminds me of middle school. When you make excuses.
The double shot, baby! Let's go!
Few ads. Really?
Excuses, go sharpen your pencil. Or at least I did. Then you look at all the tests on your way up.
That's fun.
Oh. Those were the good days. The easy days. Oh. Have you rode with your daughter yet driving? Is she a good driver?
She don't like for me to ride in the car with her when she drives.
Oh no. Are you a critic?
I guess I try not to be because she's a very good driver.
Oh yeah. Which car does she drive the most?
That one.
Oh yeah. How many cars do you have? A lot?
Hang on a second.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Take your time.
6, I think.
Oh my goodness. 6 cars? How did you have a collection like that? Just-
Well, because Linda's wrecked them all.
Oh.
That's why I just keep them.
With hopes of one day fixing them? My dad's a lot like that too. Lord, he'd keep.
That's interesting that he blames his wife for wrecking all the cars. So maybe his relationship with the women in his family is not as great as he's letting on. That's an interesting thing to say. Linda's wrecked them all. because it's not his daughter. She's only 16. She just got her driver's license, right? Isn't that what he said? That's an interesting thing. So there, sounds like, you know, if he has some animosity over these car wrecks, however they happened or whatnot, there could be some problems in the marriage too.
The oldest junkers and think that he fixed them, and then they just piled up. He'd end up like auctioning them or scrapping them or whatever he could. But it's crazy. All 6 work at least? Or just some of them? Do all 6 of them work? What? Hey, at least you're never out of the vehicle.
That's the idea.
Yeah. I don't blame you. That's the best way to be. I'm surprised she doesn't have one of those. No trucks out of the whole, all 6 of them?
There's 2 trucks.
But not ones you want her to drive.
They're highway trucks.
Oh, gotcha. And these days, you gotta be.
That's an interesting detail too. His daughter has a driver's license, wants a truck, and he already owns 6 vehicles and 2 of them are trucks. It sounds like his relationship with the women in the family is not as good as he's letting on.
Careful with what you're driving. There's some crazy drivers in Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah.
Especially with the construction. 149.
I can't believe coming home from work every morning. There's almost always a wreck, or more than 1, or 2, more than 2 sometimes, right before Wagon Wheel Road
Oh, yeah.
on 49.
Yep. Or the Monroe
And it's
exit.
the same people that drive that every day.
No, and that's the part that surprises me. Is you would think people get used to that. They're still not smart about it at all.
No, I know.
At all. Do you have any cool cars other than a Honda Civic?
Forgive me again. I just.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm just curious.
You're good to talk to.
I didn't know.
Oh, okay. So I guess he was driving one of his cool cars when he did this.
I got a headache and I'm.
You want me to see if I can find you something?
No, that's all right.
I'm sure we got a pharmacy around here somewhere.
I'm just wondering what's
Going on.
After a seemingly endless discussion about cars and driving, Hardin says he has a headache and wants to know if he's going to be charged.
Well, if I'm going to be charged with something or.
Well, did something happen today?
That's what I wanted to know. Evidently,
Well,
something did happen
what
today.
you tell me?
I'm silent.
I know.
I need a.
I'd rather talk about cars anyway.
I know, me too.
Well, I'd rather talk about. Is there any cool cars other than a Honda Civic? Anything fancy?
I'm just. What do you call it? The paper again.
Yeah. No, it's okay. We don't have to talk about cars. We can talk about something else. If that makes
No,
sense.
I just don't want to. I'm just going to.
Do you want me to go away?
No, you're fine.
Well, I'm a talker.
You
So.
talk. You talk.
I talk.
Hey, you talk then.
It's not fun to talk to yourself. You gotta enjoy a conversation with someone.
I just feel,
No, I get it.
you know,
I get it. If it makes you uncomfortable, we don't have to talk about that.
well, I just feel, uncomfortable or whatever being
Yeah.
here.
No, I get it. I'm just
Notice her body language too. So he is still using his dominant position. It's a bit more dominant than when he first came in. He did have, looking back at the original video, his legs were spread apart, but not as far, and he wasn't leaning forward. And there have been times when he's laid back, like, I'm so relaxed. I'm getting out of this, basically. And this time around, he's more just enraptured. He's swooning. And if you notice her body position, she's sitting with her legs apart as well, exuding some dominance too.
trying.
And I want to apologize, but I'm just going to stick to my
here?
excitement. Right.
I guess that's the main question. Why are you here?
Why am I here?
Do you have any idea?
Why am I here?
Yeah. Do you have any idea why you would be
When
here?
you guys tell me, I will. Nobody's told me anything. I sat in that police car or deputy's car for a long time.
Yeah.
Nobody told me anything.
I just didn't know. Well, sometimes you gotta wonder if somebody has to tell you first.
She asks him if something happened that day, but he still professes to be in the dark and shows frustration that no one will tell him what is going on. It's hard to understand why they have been so evasive in their questioning. There's been no mention of the victim, of gun ownership, or even if he's had a recent dispute with anyone. This isn't standard, but on the other hand, this is a smaller city and they may not have as much experience in this type of questioning as they do in areas with higher rates of crime.
Well, they also might be trying to wear him down, knowing that he has police experience and he's going to try and evade the questioning. So if they're that direct about, hey, did you happen to know this Apple dude? What was his name? Applegate, Appleton. I think that's what his name was. The police chief that got murdered. Did you happen to, like, because you know all these other people. Did you know him? Did you, what was your relationship like with him? You kind of have to build that rapport first. So this is like Stockholm syndrome that she's creating right now.
Like if you know something I know.
But the reason y'all are asking, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of the way you have to look at it sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. That's why, when Detective Chamberlain came in here, he wanted to talk to you about if you had, what you had done today, or if you had seen something happen, or witnessed something happen, or, like you said, something happened today. It was something really bad. And if you witnessed it, that's something we need to talk about. Because people witnessed you. So, but I want to give you the chance to talk. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather hear your side of the story versus anything else. To me, everybody deserves that right. Especially, you're a good guy. You're a good person. So, I don't know. I feel like everybody should have that chance to tell their side, especially if something bad happened. I would want somebody to give me that chance. I just want to know what got you to this point. I mean, I worked with you, so you helped me, had my back in a situation, so it would be nice to understand from your viewpoint why you would be here, what happened, or did you see something happen, or were you put in a situation and kind of walk me through it. But that's your choice, right? Everybody has a choice. You have to be the one willing to put it out there. I don't know. I feel like you've done this profession long enough. You know how things go. You're a good guy. You're not a drug dealer. You're not a child molester. You're not, anything like what you've dealt with, what I've dealt with.
After over an hour, Hardin is finally being asked more firmly about what happened that day. Not by much, though. Cordero keeps reiterating that he is a good man and that she just wants his side of the story so she can help him. It's clear that she hopes he will just break down and confess, but even though he knows there is no way for him to get out of this, he seems determined to make this as hard for them as possible.
But I think today you dealt with a bad situation. I just want to know what happened. I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to know, want answers, especially your family. I would. That's the bad part. I want to help you figure it out. All I can do is sit here and say that I'll listen, work it out with you, figure it out together. But you have to be willing to talk to me about it. I'm a pretty real person. Pretty straightforward. I know it's uncomfortable. I know it's uncomfortable and nerve-wracking sitting in a room by yourself with people that you've worked with in the past, knowing the situation, but like I said, I wasn't there. You're the only one who can kind of fill in the blanks at this point. Am I right? You don't have to talk to me, but I'm willing to listen.
I know you are.
We all make mistakes. We all get put in positions. We're all human. We all react a certain way. We all have emotions.
Did anybody, put you in a scary position today where you felt like you needed to defend yourself? I mean, she's really wearing him down. She is. She's taken a long time to do it, but obviously we've got, let's see here, like 20 minutes left of this.
Sometimes we overreact. Sometimes we're put in situations we don't want to be put in. Like, I'd rather, have met you again outside having coffee instead of seeing you for the second time in here. But I don't know. I think you just made a mistake today, or somebody made a mistake today, and I think you know what happened. I just want you to help me understand it. Because I really do. I want to understand what happened. And I think you know what I'm talking about.
Leaving people in uncomfortable silence is actually a sales technique too. This is something that at one of the corporations where I was taking various leadership trainings, that we had an exercise of leaving people in uncomfortable silence in order to gain a better negotiating position. So that's why she's built up all this confidence with him, but then every so often has very pregnant pauses between what she's saying.
I think you know that some things are going to come out. And I want to be able to stand on your side and say, hey, this is what happened. And he was upfront. He was honest. And he explained it. And he cooperated.
Does he need a lawyer?
Who?
The guy you're talking about. Me.
Honestly, I think you're the only one who can make that call. But I think you're an honest man. I think you've been an honest man. I think.
That's good. I'm just gonna be quiet.
You can be quiet, I'll keep talking. No, I'm serious though. I think you're an honest man. I think you've done a lot of good in your life.
Except for that time he
All you've done is spent your life helping others, just like I have. Now you've had something happen, and you're trying to figure it out, but how are you supposed to figure it out on your own? Like, why not let me help you figure it out? Help me understand what happened today so I can help you before everything else comes out. So there's an explanation instead of it just looking bad. Because I don't want you to be portrayed like this horrible monster. If you made a mistake, you made a mistake. You're no different than anybody else. Everybody's human. Trust me, I've made plenty of mistakes in my life.
Cordero has offered to listen to what he has to say, and has even thrown out a lifeline saying, we all make mistakes. Maybe if he had planned this better, or if he had been given more time afterwards to think, he could have come up with an explanation that cast him in a better light. Something that might at least be able to pass as an accidental discharge or self-defense. But Hardin doesn't even look like he's considering those options.
But I think you have a lot to live for. Beautiful family, who I've had the privilege of talking to. Who they love. You love them very much and they love you. Your daughter looks a lot like you. She's a sweet.
She's a lot prettier.
She is very pretty. She's very pretty. Very pretty.
Look at the body language. Look at the body language when she starts talking about his daughter.
But the way I look at it is you're a man. Men face their mistakes and they own up to them. And they figure out what happened and figure out how to solve it and move on. I mean, I think you know just as well as I do people who can admit they've done something wrong or witnessed something wrong. It's kind of like a weight lifted off their chest. You automatically feel better. Or at least in my experience, I feel better.
I'm listening. I'm just.
No, I understand.
She just challenged his manhood. That's great. She just spent all this time acting as a honeypot, getting him to flirt with her, and now she is challenging his manhood. That you got to man up, man. You got to take. You're a cop, dude. You're a man. You have these lovely ladies in your life that you're responsible for. Do right by them, right?
Like I said, I'm honestly here to help you. I want you to understand that. I wouldn't spend my time in here with you if I didn't honestly think that you were a good person and that something happened today that needs to be explained. Did you make a mistake today? You don't have to verbally answer if you don't want to.
Still sitting dominantly positioned.
Would you want your daughter to admit if she made a mistake? Because you're a good man and that's how you raised your daughter. My dad would expect me to do the same thing. Because he was raised the same way. And I honestly want to be there to help your daughter understand. After you help me understand. I honestly feel like you want to talk to me. and explain it.
How long will it be here?
Boo.
In a last-ditch effort, Cordero comes across as almost desperate as she uses his family to try to get him to talk. It's not out of the realm of possibility for this to work, because most of the time a parent will try to do what they can to spare their child pain. But Hardin knows that even if he answers her questions, it's almost certain that he'll never see his daughter without a wall of glass between them again. There is no way to spare her pain. There is no reason to talk.
Hopefully not very long. I know you're tired. I get it.
Are you guys gonna arrest me for something?
I don't know. Can't answer that.
Oh,
Did something happen today?
how long can you detain me?
Well, it's an ongoing investigation.
What does that mean?
Means they're still looking into everything.
Well,
And honestly-
I apologize, but I'm just gonna close my eyes.
No, I get it. It's okay. Like I said, I'm just trying to figure out the holes. You know? Let me get some water.
No, I'm good, thank you.
I'm gonna get some water, okay?
No, that's all right.
No, I'm gonna go get some.
Oh, you can get. I'm sorry.
Alright, I'm gonna go get some water.
Okay.
You want me to take a cup with me just in case you want? I can bring you some now.
Yeah, that's fine. No, don't worry about it. I'm not being.
No, I don't mind. Hey, listen, I'm walking that way anyways. I'll get you some more. Might help you stay awake a little bit. Refresh you. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
We're gonna say she's re-strategizing. Oh, look at that. Look at that body language. He's cleaning the chair for her, you guys. He's doing a great job as a criminal, trying to evade answering questions, but he clearly has such a crush on this girl.
Hardin is left alone, and it's hard to tell if he has disassociated himself so much from events that he isn't bothered, or if he is truly confused about what to do next. Awkwardly, he brushes off the chair the detective had been sitting in, then repeats the motion on the table as if taking some small measure of comfort in any action over which he still has control.
That scares me every time it does that.
I know. It's
I
like
don't get it. Well, what was bad?
Air.
Yeah. What is bad is before.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
You didn't have to do that.
No, I know. Before this was not locked, and so people would go through that door, and like if you forgot to lock it before you started talking, like people would walk in on you. But anyways.
I can't remember. What is your name?
Nakona?
Nakona.
Yeah.
Okay. But your last name?
Cordero.
Cordero. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Cordero.
Yeah.
Those are pretty neat names.
Thank you. I appreciate that. A lot of people mess it up.
Did you say Nakona?
Nakona?
What's the first name?
Nakona?
What is that?
It's a mixture. There's Indians, and then it's a Western.
I think that's boot.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense.
No, it's a Western brand. It's a brand of a boot,
Yeah.
though. My
That's
dad,
what I was gonna go get some of.
my dad's country, so it was,
Well, that's neat.
yeah. Listen, Grant, I think you are well aware of what happened today. I think you know why you're here. You're a smart guy. I think you know what happened today. And I just really want to talk and understand so I can get on your level and figure out what the next step is going to be. And I feel like you are the type of man who can understand that.
Just sitting there. Well, it's got to come soon because we're near the end of the tape. Come on, dude. Everybody wants to go home.
No new information has been forthcoming. Detective Cordero, to all practical appearances, just seems to be going through the motions with no real expectation of getting any results. Which is good, because Hardin has reached his limit.
Deputy Cordero. I like you. I like this fella that was a detective here. And I know y'all don't care about any of that and stuff. And I just don't know how to I haven't had this happen before. Being brought in and interrogated for something. So I know you don't care, but I just don't know how to be silent.
I think,
So I'm sitting over here looking like a jerk.
no, you're not. Honestly, you were far from that. You're very polite.
Well, I'm just gonna continue to rest my eyes and
Don't you know why you're here?
I appreciate you guys, and I'm just gonna.
Well, I appreciate you being polite. It's kind of a nice alternative to what I've dealt with before. Kind of nice to talk to, too. Makes time go by. Do you want to talk to me?
Can I get a lawyer?
Okay, now he's asking.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I need to,
It's up to you.
but
You can
obviously something's going on and I need one.
It's up to you.
Wait a
I just
second.
want to hear your side of it.
I want to get a lawyer.
Okay. I can't give you advice on that. You know that.
Pregnant pause.
Once you're tired, I'm tired.
Yeah. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get another drink of water. Walk around for a minute, wake up a little bit.
Listen. Here.
You're right.
Pencil sharpener.
I definitely think it's more old school. Old school than the electric one. Okay. I can't talk to you anymore because you asked for a lawyer.
He tells her that he likes both her and Chamberlain, but that he is going to be silent. The only difference now is that he is finally asking for a lawyer. Unable to go any farther without violating his rights completely, Cordero tells him that means she can no longer talk to him and concludes the interview.
Uncomfortable silence.
What I do want you to know is if you change your mind, you know my name, you can always ask for me. Okay? But you have to be the one to reestablish that. Okay? Alright. Can you stand up for me? Alright, go ahead and turn around, put your hands on your back. Being placed under arrest for capital murder.
Sorry, I didn't take a second.
Okay. Alright, don't turn around for me. We're gonna walk out this way.
Okay.
Turn left when you get through.
Grant Hardin was subsequently charged with the capital murder of James Appleton. Hardin never gave a motive for his crime, but due to his confession during the trial, he was given a surprisingly light sentence of 30 years. While there was not much closure for the family of Appleton, who will never know why their loved one was murdered in cold blood, another case was finally solved. In a strange turn of events, a 20-year-old cold case was brought back into the light with the results from Hardin's DNA sample, which is taken from convicted felons. In November 1997, Amy Harrison, a teacher at Frank Tillery Elementary, was attacked and raped. There were no leads, and the rapist was careful not to touch anything, giving reason for the police to suspect that he had some type of training in law enforcement. With no potential suspects, the case ground to a halt, even though it was reviewed on a yearly basis. Hardin pleaded innocent, but there was no denying the results from the DNA test. To avoid a life
Oh my God, even. This one took a turn, but I called it, right? Like, I called, like, the microaggressions against, like, the females around him. Oh my God. Oh my God.
sentence, he changed his plea to guilty during his trial. Judge Robin Green sentenced Hardin to 25 years on 2 counts of rape. That 50-year sentence will run concurrent with his 30-year sentence for first-degree murder, and he will have to serve 21 years before he is eligible for parole. In spite of the overwhelming evidence against him and his own admission of guilt, Linda Hardin still believes her husband to be innocent of both crimes and will wait in their family home for his release.
Wow. Oh my God, even you guys. Oh my God.